Hello, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the concept of check and the main important types of check. The term check is very popular, very familiar to you, right? You already have an account, you have a checkbook. What is the main purpose? What is the concept underlying the check? What exactly it is? That we are going to discuss today. So, as per the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, a check is defined as a bill of exchange. Check is also considered as a bill of exchange drawn on a specified banker and not expressed to be payable otherwise than on demand. You know what is the characteristics of a check, right? So, whenever we are presenting the check to the counter of a bank, we are paying, right? So, check is always payable on demand, and it's a kind of negotiable instrument also, right? So, we will go in detail. What is the exact definition of a check? A check is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a specified banker to pay on demand a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. So the definition is very simple. Check is always an instrument. We can consider it as a written instrument, right? It contains an unconditional order. There is no condition. The terms, the figures, the date, what all things are mentioned in the check is very certain. So it's an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order. Who is signing? Signed by the maker, right? So there are three parties in the check. We will come to it in the next slide. So it's always signed by the maker, directed to a specified banker. You are always presenting the check to a banker, or is also known as drawing. What to pay on demand, only on demand, a certain sum of money, right? Either to only to the order of a certain person, either it may be an order check, whatever whoever the name is mentioned in the particular check, or to the bearer of the instrument, or those who carries that particular check. So that is a concept of a check. This is the form of a check. You are very familiar, right? So the name, column, rupees in words and figures, the date, everything is clearly mentioned here. Right. So there are three parties in a check. The drawer is there, drawee is there, payee is there. Right. Drawer is the maker of the instrument, and the drawee is the bank. Drawee is always the bank in the case of a check. Then we have the payee. Sometimes the drawer and payee may be the same person, or else to whom we are. Or who is the actual beneficiary of the check? Maybe the drawer may not be the actual beneficiary of the check, right? Always. So in that case, the third person may be the payee. So drawer, drawee, and payee. Drawer is the maker of the check. Drawer is the bank, and the payee is the beneficiary. Okay, these are the three parties. So drawer who makes the check, drawee always the banker in the case of a check, then payee to whom the amount is payable. So these are the features. It must be in writing, there is no doubt, right? It must be unconditional, there is no conditions are to be specified because check is having a certain format. That is the reason why. Then the check is drawn, must be drawn on a specified banker. The banker here is the drawee. Then for a certain sum of money, no doubt, then the pay, the beneficiary must be certain and the date also must be mentioned. And so many types of checks are there. So basically, there are two types of checks are there: open check or bearer check or order check, right? So open or bearer check, what is that? When the check is not closed or cancelled, the term bearer is not cancelled. It is known as a bearer check. Open or bearer checks are payable to a person specified in the instrument or any person who possesses it and present for payment over the counter. So open or bearer check is comparatively more risky, right? Whoever presenting the check can withdraw the amount from the counter of the bank. It is not closed actually, right? So whoever carries the check can withdraw the amount. There is no name, nothing is mentioned in that particular check. Okay, that is the case. Maybe sometimes in the case the check is lost, the person who find it, he can collect the payment from the bank. So it's some sort of risk is there, right? So person whoever carries the check can withdraw the amount from the bank. In the case of order check, wherever the word mirror written once the check is crossed or cancelled, it becomes an order check. Order check means a specified name is mentioned. An order check is payable to a specified person named in the check or any other to whom it is endorsed, right? So there is a clarity to whom it has to be paid. That is the speciality of order check. In the case of open check, there is no clarity. Whoever carries the check can withdraw the money from the bank. In the case of an order check, it is clearly mentioned the name of the beneficiary, the name of the pay is clearly mentioned on the face of the check. So only that person can withdraw the money from the bank. So this is the introductory concept of check. It's just like a bill of exchange, right? And it's always directed towards the banker. The banker is known as the drawee. Three parties are there in the check. Like we can draw, see here, drawer, drawee, and payee. Drawer is the maker of the check. Drawee is the bank, and payee is the beneficiary. Okay, thank you.